Have you ever prayed but never got an answer, and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. Will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. He always knows what's right. God hears them all. There is no prayer too small. My God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. No prayer too small. God hears them all.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of a coffin. You tried lifting the lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from opening it. You then try banging on the lid, hoping that maybe somebody might notice the dirt unsettle and they'll start digging their way down towards you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help. You know you can't do it on your own. You just don't know where to turn for help. In reality, there are probably people standing right near your grave. You just don't know that. You just think today you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about that when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind that maybe when you were abusing drugs and alcohol, that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and take something away that God had given to you, called life, away from yourself? And if that's not selfish enough, maybe you'll take your life away from the people that love and care for you most. People like your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, brother, sister, children, grandchildren. With this, let me leave one last thought with you. Don't be like the person I just read about on these index cards that waited and waited and waited until they went to their grave and it was too late to get help. Instead, be the person that picks up the phone and calls me at 844-405-HELP. And I promise you, between you and me, we will get the help you want. I will help take your life back. For your life is gone. Then there are people like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis and I always tell folks like you, it doesn't matter where you came from, it doesn't matter where you've been. What matters most is that you are seeking help and you are admitting that you have an issue. Larry Geis will help you with any issue. Depression, low self-esteem, addiction, all those things he can help you with. But you need to call him at 516-458-2741 or go to www.odysseyconsultant.org. Let Larry Geis help you take your life back. Call him at 516-458-2741. Don't forget to take your slippers off at night. Leave those slippers not at the edge of your bed, but under your bed. In the morning when you wake up and God allows you to enjoy sceneries like this, because He's allowing you to live another day, because somebody's not waking up this morning. Thank God while you're on your knees retrieving those slippers. Thank God for another beautiful day. Thank God for letting you live another day. Ask God for guidance and direction. Ask God for guidance and direction for a brand new day and a brand new week. Ask God for forgiveness and mercy, and thank God for the clothing you're wearing, and the food in your life, and the family in your life, and the home in your life. All that is all through God. And your communication line through God from your mouth to His ears is called the power of prayer. Utilize it on your knees. Retrieve those slippers in the morning and utilize it. I call it an email. If you do that each and every day, you'll see your whole life start changing. Utilize an email. K-N-E-E, mail. The power of prayer. Folks, have you ever been stuck in life? You just can't get past a place in your life? Well, let's discuss what we can do about that. You feel like you've tried everything to fix certain areas of your life, but nothing is working? Well, let's talk about how we can maybe possibly change that. One day you realize that everything you've been trying hasn't really worked. You've read the books, gone to seminars and retreats. Maybe you've tried to work through your issues with friends and family. Let's put this down here. You've journaled and even done all the things that possibly can be done, like exercises and all programs you've brought, which are about 2% of people who buy programs actually do. Anything that you buy, 2% of us actually do it. Maybe things have changed a little, or maybe not. But you still feel stuck at the same place in life, the same issue, swimming in circles and getting very, very tired while you're swimming around. The question is, what are you going to do about it? You might be tempted to keep doing more of what you have been doing, more of the same, hoping that this time it will be different, but don't. That's, we gotta fix this camera somehow. There we go. Maybe this will work. That's what I used to do, and created more problems than I got rid of. Several times my improvements produced even worse results than I had before. And I couldn't believe it, because I really thought I had accomplished something. It took a while, but eventually I learned that just because you're doing something different doesn't mean you're doing it right. If you want to turn your life around, you can't just change what you think is wrong. You have to base your improvements on objective evidence, timeless wisdom, and advice from experts. Here's how. Study that's working and what's not working. All too often we decide our approach is wrong because of our life and how it looks at that particular moment. We don't feel as happy as we think other people are. We're not as successful financially, emotionally, in relationships as maybe your neighbors or your friends. We feel that our lives are lacking because of what we think our lives should look like. Because it looks that way to us, we believe that it must be the way, and therefore we have to change it. That's a big mistake, folks. The truth, no matter how successful you are, something in your life will always be wrong, and something might even look wrong. If you allow it to distract you, you can spend your entire life changing and chasing little nitpicky problems, and you'll never get to the big, airy, monstrous that really deserves your attention. How do you know what the monstrosities are? Easy. You look at the results in your life. Before making any changes, you should consider the following. Past results is one of them. What have you done in the past that really has worked? And why has it worked? What hasn't worked? And why hasn't it worked? Reactions. What have you done that others might have noticed? Relationships. How has what you've done affected your relationship? And how do others describe what you've done affected the relationship? Feelings. Where do you feel the most stress and resistance in your body and in your life? Study these long enough and you'll probably begin to see patterns of what works and what doesn't work. If you like me, you'll always be surprised by how much time you've wasted and stuff that doesn't work, and how precious little time you're spending on the stuff that really does work. Easy fix, though, right? Well, maybe not so easy, but let's see. Start doing what really works. Try that in the beginning. And stop doing what doesn't work, and get rid of those old habits. It'll turn your life around faster than anything else. Base your changes on timeless wisdom, of course. You can't learn everything you need to know by looking at the results first. That's merely the low-hanging fruit of the tree. At some point, you'll find out what has worked for others, and then try similar approaches for yourself and see maybe it will work for you. Reading all the personal development advice is a good start, but you should also look at outside the arena and outside a book. Some of the most useful insights you'll discover will come from some of the books and articles that have absolutely nothing to do with personal development. Maybe, just other people's stories. Sometimes reading fiction, fables, and poetry can help open your mind to new ways and doing new things. Many fiction writers are geniuses at assessing human condition and creating ways to transform your life. Do yourself a favor and learn from them to start with, and learn from other people's personal experience. Stop trying to figure out it on your own. It has taken me about 54 years to figure out how to be happy. I've tried and I failed, tried again and failed again, looking for so many people, things, and experience to make me happy. Folks, but every time I failed, I got up and tried again. Up until I got married, my relationships before then, and believe me, I have had plenty of girlfriends, and even was married once before, nothing was successful. And it's not due to them, it was probably due to me. For some reason, my relationships didn't last. Everything in my life seemed temporary. And then finally, I got it. I felt like someone handed me the key to the magic door. Funny thing was, the key was sitting right in front of me the whole time. It was right there. It was like I didn't want to see it until someone pointed it out to me, and that someone was God. What happened this time around? Well, besides the fact that I turned my life around and asked God for guidance and directions, I stopped trying to figure it out on my own. I worked with not only God, but some people who had achieved much of what I wanted in my own life. Most importantly, I was open to their advice and their mentoring. He looked at my past, pointed it out, and showed me mistakes and helped me refine my ideas for my new life. It totally changed the way I thought about my life and happiness. Without my mentor's help, and my mentor is God, I don't think I'd be a shiny, happy puppy I am today, or happy at all, for that matter. The truth is that sometimes we don't see what we're doing wrong, and we need someone else to point out our flaws to us. And usually, embarrassingly, obviously, when we see it, but we never would have noticed had it not been that someone pointed it out. And I'm telling you right now, if you pray the power of prayer through God, things will be pointed out through Him directly. Of course, not everyone can afford to hire a mentor for long periods of time. You can't afford God. Of course, you need some humanly advice, and friends and neighbors and things as such are great to have, but God doesn't cost money. So what should you do then? Well, I hope I don't regret this, but let me throw out an idea to you. besides using God, get on the phone with me for 30 minutes for free. You can give me a call at 844-405-HELP, and I promise you I will help you whatever situation you might have. You know, the whole idea of giving back, I do believe in karma. I figure I haven't done enough of what I could lately, so I came up with this idea to have anyone that wants to for free just give me a call, just to chat. I am a friend, I can be a mentor, I can be someone full of advice. Over the next couple of weeks I'm going to do free telephone consultations. I'll get on the phone with you for 30 minutes and you can tell me what's troubling you about your life. I'll then give you advice on the exact situation that you're in and how I would help myself on that, because how I would help me is exactly how you should help you, because I would never advise you unless I would do it myself. So did I mention I'm going to do it for you for absolutely free? Don't feel obligated to give me anything for it. All you have to do is give me a call, 844-405-HELP, or you can text me at 631-599-0218, or you can email me at ralf@takeyourlifebacktoday.show. That's Ralph@takeyourlifebacktoday.show. And then we can schedule a time to chat. Simple enough, right? Good then. Together, we'll have your life unscrewed, unscrewed and molded into something that you want to be molded into. So start with texting, calling, writing, or whichever way you want to get a hold of me. 844-405-HELP, 631-599-0218, Ralph@takeyourlifebacktoday.show, RALF@takeyourlifebacktoday.show. And together, you and I can get your life back. I can help you. The power of prayer will definitely help you. I will give you whatever advice I have for 30 minutes. 844-405-HELP. And I'll talk to you real soon. And may God bless you.
Have you ever prayed but never got an answer, and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. Will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. He always knows what's right. remember